our next segment. Something a little fun. We're actually calling this Happy Hour. So, we are, bar talk for super fans, right? So, we're in this specifically gonna talk about the QBs. Yeah, everyone, put your drinks up, right? So, we're gonna talk about Brady and Mahomes. So, happy hour. What's happy hour? Happy hour. We're gonna actually choose three ingredients, three key things, that you need for a victory drink for both Brady and Mahomes. Obviously, they have different strengths, different weaknesses, and hence they need different things for a victory drink. So, we'll actually start with UC Bass. And again, not actual ingredients. It's actually, obviously we know just the factors, key things to
Whiskey,
look
whiskey,
at.
whiskey.
And essentially, we're kind of talking about potential the Super Bowl MVPs. So this not only is it a victory drink, it's maybe a Super Bowl MVP drink as well. Go ahead, Seabass.
Nice.
Ooh. Well, honestly, Dan, what you just said, I have to agree because I do think unless there's a really, really stellar performance on the defense, yeah, I think whoever gets this happy hour drink is going to be one of the two quarterbacks. The Super Bowl MVP is going to be one of these two quarterbacks. But the happy hour drink I would have to make would probably go to the goat. I would have to say Tom Brady. If we give him three ingredients to get this celebratory drink, there would definitely be good defensive pressure from his team. So it's not even really something he has to do. His teammates have to step it up, get pressure on Mahomes. You don't need to get three, four, 5 sacks.
Yeah.
You need to get him on the floor 5, 10 times in the game, rushing for his life type
Yeah.
of thing.
Oh,
Another thing
okay.
he's gonna need is good underneath throws. So good outlet throws, whether it's to Leonard Fournette, whether it's to his tight ends, Gronk, whoever it might be. He's going
Yeah.
to have to get the ball out of there fast because the Chiefs are going to be rushing. The Chiefs are going to be not respecting the run as much since they haven't been that hot as far as yardage or touchdowns goes. And then the last thing I would say, you're going to mix up that good defensive rush. You're going to mix up those good quick passes. And then you're going to need that play action. They're going to have to get the run game going. They're
Yeah.
going to have to make them respect a little bit, maybe get that seventh, eighth guy in the box to where you maybe just have one high safety and you take those shots. They're going to need to have a good play action game to where they have the running game to make them respect it and then pop it. Go to AB, go to Mike Evans deep, whatever you want. They're going to need those big plays, especially if the Chiefs are hot and they need to keep up with the points. But I think if you add those three ingredients and you let the GOAT do his thing, that should be a victory.
How
But we'll
about
see.
how about Mahomes? What does he need to for his victory drink?
This one's gonna be a little bit more simpler, to be honest.
All right.
I think you don't need three ingredients. You just need preparation and execution. Because I do think that the Chiefs are the better team. Like if the three same ingredients are on both teams and there's no mistakes, I can't say Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs are gonna lose because I don't think they'll score less points than the Buccaneers. So I think you get a little bit of execution, preparation, and you get Mahomes to chug that, they're gonna win. So pretty much, it's gonna come down to the execution. The best team, I think, Tosco might have said this earlier this week. Whoever plays perfect football is gonna win. The team that plays less than perfect football, the only winner there is gonna be Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that's what he needs to drink to win the game. Execute well and be well prepared.
There you
Well said.
go. Dang, simple drinks sometimes just require most
Yeah.
simple ingredients, right?
I mean,
Simple
you
results.
can have a lot of things and light it on fire, or you could have Jack and Coke every now and then. Make it simple, gets the job done.
Boom, just
Nice.
like
Making me
that.
thirsty.
Cheers for
Hey,
real.
real quick, Seabass, for our viewers who can't see Seabass, show everybody what jersey you're wearing.
Oh yes,
This
I
is
know.
not it's not a Tampa jersey, guys. It's not Tampa.
It is a throwback
Oh, got him.
Patriots.
Throwback Tampa Bay.
Got
I mean,
him.
throwback New England Patriots Brady jersey. That kind of gives you an idea who I'm leaning to this
There you go.
weekend. But yeah,
There you
Right.
go, guys. All right. Obviously, Coach Tosco, we're all dying to hear your three ingredients. Who do you want to start with?
hydration, water.
I'll start with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Start with Mahomes.
I think that this happy hour drink needs more than just
The quarterbacks.
uh one simple drink or
Is it
simple ingredient like
like
Seabass says.
like a well drink?
Uh, yeah, like Seabass wants to drink Taka, and that's cool, but
And no
I'd
one's
rather
talking
get the
about plastic
high.
bottles here.
The finest bottom
I'm
shelf.
talking about. I want to drink top shelf. All right. So the thing is
You're gonna
this.
mix it with a lot of things.
The thing is this. You got to understand one thing. Seabass made a great point about the Kansas City Chiefs and Mahomes, and if they play perfect, they're pretty much unbeatable. I agree with that. I do not disagree with that point. Thing is, other than when Kansas City started this season, they started off, they were on fire, they looked hot, they looked awesome. They were coming off that Super Bowl win comeback because they were losing. They did not play good in that Super Bowl last year. They were losing 31-20 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mahomes came back. Yeah, he brought them back. They won. Awesome. That's why Mahomes is on his way to. Yeah, he's on his way to be a future GOAT if he continues trending up like how he's doing now.
For 2 decades.
But but is that uh, the thing is that the Chiefs started off, and usually people say, you have that Super Bowl high, that Super Bowl low coming off the Super Bowl. They're not the same. They started on that high, and they kept on going. Eventually,
Like the
they did hit
Eagles.
that low. Now, yeah, exactly. Now, don't get me wrong. The Kansas City Chiefs, they're so good that their low isn't, a 5-game losing streak. It's not.
Yeah.
I read a stat earlier this week.
Their low is winning by 5.
Yes. I read a stat earlier this week saying Patrick Mahomes can win his second Super Bowl before he loses his 10th game of his career. He can win his second Super Bowl before he loses his 10th game. He's still in
That's sad. That's
single-digit
ridiculous.
losses for his career.
Wow.
So yes. With all that being said, though,
Wow.
the Kansas City Chiefs has ended the season on a low. I mean, I'm not talking about they were the worst team, but they weren't
Hot.
hitting all cylinders. They weren't hot. They started the playoffs. They started off a little slow. I'm not going to sit here and say that they were bad in the playoffs, but they weren't. They haven't played like the Kansas City Chiefs that we saw at the beginning of the year.
Last week,
Yeah.
they
And
did.
they
Against the
started
Bills.
off
Oh, sorry, not last week. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
against the Bills.
I mean, that was honestly, but it did take them a while
Dude,
though.
they tore it up.
Yeah,
They played
did.
They were
offense,
losing.
defense,
They were losing. They were losing what 13-0 at the beginning.
Yeah, I was gonna say it took them a
Talking about the
while.
first quarter.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
but they scored like
if
21
you're
points per
one of
quarter,
the
dude. Yeah.
they did that since last year. I can tell you that in the second quarter they scored their most points. They don't score in the first. They don't score in the third or the fourth. That was one of the stats from last year. Now, obviously, things change this year.
Yeah.
My point is that my point is that they're not. If they're an elite, perfect team, they shouldn't have these lows. They start off boom, hot, first drive, let's go, and let's keep on scoring. That's not what's happening. You need protection. That
Yeah.
defensive line, I'm telling you, the defense from the Bucs looks different in the playoffs.
Like
They look
hungry.
bigger, they look faster, they look stronger, they look hungry. They look like that pit bull that you haven't fed for a week and you dangling a big ass ribeye steak in front of them,
Yeah.
ready to
I
go.
like the analogy.
And, and that's what that defense looks like. Mahomes needs protection first. Mahomes needs players to step up, big time players. Kelsey needs to step up. Tyreek Hill are gonna needs to step up because the Bucs are gonna try and shut them down.
How about
If
a
you're an
not
elite
so
tight
high
end,
profile, but like very good player like Clyde Edwards?
I don't believe that the rushing game is gonna matter. I don't believe Kansas City is gonna try and run the ball as much as you think they are. They're gonna give the ball. They're gonna run the ball. But either way, that Levante David and Devin White are some of the best run stopping linebackers in the game.
Yeah.
I don't think Clyde Edwards-Helaire rushing can make a difference. Receiving could, but right
Exactly.
now he hasn't. It's not like they're running this offense through the running backs. So it's not
Yeah.
like not the Bucs, the Patriots. Like
Yeah.
the Patriots, James White, Burkett, Michelle, they have Harris. They're always going to those running backs. They don't really run that here in the Chiefs. Don't get me wrong, they do throw them the ball, they'll set them out wide. They have Le'Veon Bell who would line up everywhere on the field, but
Yeah.
at the same time,
Underutilized.
them.
Underutilized, motherfucker.
they need somebody to step up, a big time player, and Mahomes for win this game. He needs to show that X factor.
Yeah.
The reason why he's going to be a future
He has to. He
Go.
has to show he
Because
is that
He carries
guy.
that with him, bro.
We always talk about that
Yeah.
guy. He has to show that he is that guy. Like I am that dude. And I think
He doesn't
is.
have
There's-
10 losses, bro.
I mean,
the-
I
the-
think
always
he is,
shows-
and I think he is. But I don't
The-
know. But
the
it's Brady,
thing
bro.
is,
He
that's
won the ball last
just
year.
because of that, Danny. That comment you made right there. You look at Tom Brady. It does not matter what game, what team he's in. It's Brady, and
Yeah.
you think he can do anything
Yeah.
because he's done
Yeah,
everything.
In
Yeah.
a bad offense, good
Mahomes-
defense, or good defense, bad
Like-
offense, it doesn't really matter.
Like
He's
was
just
it like
winning.
was
It doesn't
it
really matter.
last
He
two,
wins.
like 2 minute drive, final drive? Who do you use?
The only
Exactly.
two quarterbacks you could answer are in
Hey,
the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Mahomes and Brady has always shown it. Mahomes has shown
I've
it so
shown
far,
too.
but there's been times where, where is it?
For-
Is it there? Is it at 100%? Because
Eh,
it's one
so-
thing to play the Broncos and the Chargers and come back in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You play them 4 times a year. That's easy. You're going up against a good defense. You're going up against one of the best teams in the NFL. Now I want to see it happen. He did it last year in the Super Bowl. He did.
Yeah.
I think this defense is better than the 49ers defense last year. I want to see it happen this year.
I think so too. And before we move on, Danny, I'm just gonna say one last thing because you made me think of something, Tosco. Remember those lows that they weren't playing as good? We're talking about the Chiefs this year. One thing that I watched most of their games just because I had the option to and the opportunity to, but
Yeah.
every time they were close and they were playing bad, the reason they ended up winning is because Mahomes did something. Mahomes made a play.
Yeah.
He ran. He threw it. Whatever it is, Mahomes has always been constant. The team around him has not. So I
Yeah.
do think that even when you say the lows or the down points of the team have happened this year and they're recent, I don't think that has been a Mahomes. I don't think he's putting up 400 yards,
I
4
can-
touchdowns every game. That's
I can
not
tell you
expected.
in those last
But
games of the year,
He wins the
he
game.
won
just
the
like
games
Brady.
after he put them in the hole. That Miami game, he came back and won it.
He threw the
after he
picks. Yeah,
three
yeah, he
picks.
threw the picks.
And
but-
against New Orleans, when he came back and
If
won
you
it,
throw 3 picks
yeah,
and you
throw
win the
picks.
game, it's a wash. It really is.
yeah, but you're not playing the Miami Dolphins again.
I was
You're
gonna
not playing
say-
Tua.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, but
going
he
against
played the
Tom
Bills
Brady.
last week and he didn't throw 3 picks. Like you're using one game to try and talk about this next one.
I'm
That-
not
that
using
was
the
just
one
the-
game. I'm talking
that was
about the last.
The exception.
Well, we can bring up the stats. He threw interceptions in all the games at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
But
threw at least 1 to 2 interceptions in every game. He
And
did
it-
not
One of
throw
them
for
in
400
the walk
yards.
in the second round was a tip, but the other one, yes, it was his fault. Or he overthrew it.
Yeah.
Whatever right, that's fine. Whatever the
I
situation was,
remember.
but
Yeah.
he did not throw for 400 yards. He did not throw for 4 touchdowns
He
in
doesn't
any of
have
those
to.
games.
No, absolutely not.
Well, he doesn't have to because of the teams he's playing. I believe that against this team, he's gonna have to. If he goes and he throws 2 or 3 touchdowns, throws 2 or 3 interceptions, he's gonna need to throw. 3 or 4
Yeah.
touchdowns to come back and win this game.
Yeah.
If he
Okay.
doesn't do that, they're not winning at all.
That's what I'm saying. Because
I agree.
you can't
You
like
I
you
agree
can't
because
throw.
Tom Brady's gonna show up,
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
You can't throw a
Tom
pick.
Brady has always shown up.
Yeah, you can't.
and
throw a
that's
pick
why I
on
said one of my
Brady,
ingredients was execute. Like they have to do it right.
Because Brady doesn't like
but-
take,
So-
doesn't.
Wait, what
lose
were
out
your
on
3
points.
ingredients? I just
Yeah, I was
remembered. I
like,
just realized I
yeah,
haven't
the
heard.
three. You said 2, but
The
we kind
Chiefs
of interrupted.
protection, pass protection, or
Mhm.
just overall protection. A second, player to step up.
Mhm.
A sidekick to step
A
up,
role
A
play,
I like that. A sidekick.
a role player, and then Mahomes bringing out that X factor.
Yeah.
Throwing in that
That's
X
right.
factor in there.
Yeah.
If he
Alright.
comes out and he throws it in there, like Seabass said, nobody's gonna beat him.
Yeah.
If the Chiefs play perfect, the Chiefs will win the game.
Yeah.
If Mahomes is perfect,
Factor.
throws for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. If you tell me right now, without knowing the score of the game, you don't have to tell me the score. If you just tell me Mahomes threw for 30 passes for 350 yards and threw 3 touchdowns, I'm gonna tell you they won the game.
Yeah.
Fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
You tell me that right now, I'm without knowing the score, without telling me, I think they won.
And
the
that's the
But
credit to
if you
him
tell
and
me-
the coach because that means that they did everything they needed to. They didn't have to throw anymore because they had the game handled all the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So those are my 3 for Kansas City. And I think that the simpler one is Tom Brady because it is Tom Brady. And for the
Boom. Just like
exact,
that.
just for that exact opposite of what you said about Mahomes, Brady.
Tom
needs
Brady
to-
liquor bottle.
Boom.
Yeah.
Chug.
Tom Brady needs to make sure he executes. He doesn't need to force the ball down the field. I agree. Play
They need
action.
to run.
Yeah, no, that's my second one. They need to execute.
Play action.
They need to run the ball to set up play action, but they need to run the ball.
Control the
If
clock.
they run the ball, they keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline. They run the time on the clock.
Yeah.
They hold it. Kansas City's defense is good, but they're the weaker part of that team. They might be a 90 and the offense is a 95. Yeah, they're still very good defense, but they're still the weaker part. So they need to make sure that they execute, they run the ball, okay? And you just need to make sure that Tom Brady stays upright. Tom Brady doesn't get, if you can protect Tom Brady,
Yeah.
he's going to throw it anywhere, put it anywhere,
Yeah.
and they're going to win the game. So,
And you know what? I think for both of my happy hour drinks, just real quick, I'm gonna throw in on either a lime or grenadine, whatever you want. The last little
cutoff.
bit. The kicking team. I feel like the kicking team is gonna be big on both sides. If they're missing extra points or field goals, that is gonna hurt a lot in this type of game with a lot of points.